get him out of here. We don't care about him. We're never going to see him on the podium again. So without that pressure on his shoulders, we've seen pressure turn into diamonds for a player like Sandstorm. I don't know if he plays better with the pressure or without the pressure, because it's kind of been a long time since we've seen Sandstorm without the pressure, Ajax.
That is very true, and like you're saying, you know, diamonds may be forever, but you do have this new one being formed here by the name of Java. Java coming in off that great performance and then getting that amazing victory against Boomy, who also had incredible adjustments post-game. I believe it was the first game of Jae-yoon. Java has been looking like he's going to take the whole thing. Snowy also there, but Java's been playing to that level. I'm curious to see if we'll see that replicated here, because you have something to prove after your recent solid performances.
Oh, you see a nice counter punish there onto Sandstorm's neutral signature. Java starting out this one. I didn't expect him to grab the stock there, honestly, I was going to say. And Java starting out really strong, putting out more damage on the Sandstorm, and then he continued that into taking the first stock as well in a really good spot. Several signatures from Sandstorm have come out. Several signatures that Java has avoided and punished.
Yeah, I'm very surprised stock start that he decided to go for that side sig in neutral there, because he didn't really have a lot of control. But then again, Sandstorm, you know, he has a game plan behind a lot, but Java has been doing an amazing job of controlling. And also, I think if we're watching previous sets for Java, you know that Sandstorm's been going vertical a lot, like you said before. So he's playing grounded very well to avoid it. Granted, finally getting hit by a nair there.
This is probably the most confidence I've ever had in Java in an entire tournament. He's playing incredible today. He looks so confident. He's very swagful on all of the different moves he's throwing out. I'm loving everything he's doing. And he is going to be taken out there, but look at the lead. Look at the top right of your screen, Ajax. Sandstorm in the orange. Yet again, another game where he is behind.
And you need to have the confidence to get this W here against Sandstorm. I believe it was day one, we were talking about how at the top level, you do need an ego to be able to perform consistently. It's necessary, because if you don't look at your opponent like I am just better than you, like that ground pound read off of Sandstorm to keep this lead, that massive lead you're talking about before, virtually, if not touched at all here, is Java.
I was initially really jealous when Java got verified on Twitter. I still am. I'm always going to hold that with me. But honestly, after the performance that we've seen from Java, and probably will continue to see from Java today, man, he earned that check mark. Oh my goodness. Stomp Sider going to send him over to the side. I don't even think he's worried about being taken out. No huge offstage pressure. He just gets back onto the stage, continues controlling his opponent, no matter who it is, no matter what their name is, no matter how thick and heavy their trophy case is.
Oh my goodness. And that took 4 whiffed attacks, 3 of which stomp attempts to get that side air from Sandstorm that just kept getting punished, but Sandstorm finally finds it here at the end. Now, this is once again, don't let it be you moment. Sandstorm last stock can just take things away, usually by being piloted with Mordex with those crazy scythe plays, but it is still the core, and we saw that side sig earlier come through that could get those KOs against the Jae-yoon. You have to be careful here as well if you're Java.
Still has that massive game-changing potential coming out with the core pick. Java gonna play this one nice and smart. The side air is gonna bounce off the stage, not sending as far as it normally would. The side light, Java being very careful, not overextending. The down air off the top. Java's gonna take game 1, still in the yellow, not even close to being taken out.
The confidence in that last move too, the ability to just quickly get off that platform and get that. When you have been getting hit repeatedly by Sandstorm on last stock, he did not care. He did not care that he was starting to get opened up. It didn't phase him at all, and that is so important, because in that spot right there, it's usually pretty obvious that people want to run off that platform at you. It said, I don't care, prove to me that you could actually stop it.
Now going into this next game, game 2, same character, same map. But let's talk about some damage numbers coming out from last game. A lot of last game for Java was on the sword. His sword play, again, another move that Sandstorm throws out. Java avoids and punishes effectively. 408 damage on his sword compared to his 112 on hammer. The hammer's not bad. He's not relying only on sword because he has to. You saw him clean up last game. You see him swapping over to the hammer completely effortlessly. Java looking so good here. It is much more even, at least in the beginning of this game.
It really has been, and I think a big testament like that we got to compliment here for Java's play with that sword is he's counterplayed the whiffs on hammer from core tremendously. Like Sandstorm has done so many he's gone into so many positions where he's gone for a lot of big combo starters that have just led to big punishes. Sandstorm will eventually figure it out. He's going to figure out where he's getting opened up, but it's going to take him another stock to do it because D-Light Recovery is going to take it off the top.
Has his choice of weapons. He's actually going to throw the sword away, stick with the hammer here. Still on his first stock, that neutral air, not even sending him off screen, but the hammer comes in for Sandstorm. Not going to take too much, at least in terms of hits, to get this, but it still might take a lot of effort for Sandstorm to find the KO here. Throwing his weapon away, both of them are unarmed. Java completely backing up, doesn't want to get caught by the unarmed neutral or heavy in the air that could take Java off the top.
Yeah, I like what Java went for in a nutshell. For a second there, trying to keep him away from the weapon to get the early edge guard. Almost gets a great reversal there off stage, going for the early weapon toss, but now he's got to deal with Sandstorm still getting away from the edge pressure, giving up the weapon once again, but he's done a good job of avoiding it. However, sidelight into recovery is going to take it finally there for Sandstorm.
We're seeing them kind of play a little bit of footsies here. Java going very high in the air. He wanted the weapon spawn. Unfortunately for Java, it was all the way on the right side, favoring Sandstorm more, so he was able to get over it. Look at this punishment that's coming out. Keeping Java at the weapon disadvantage needs to be at the front of Sandstorm's game plan.
And now you see Sandstorm kind of waking up a little bit here, but this is where the problem has been throughout the set, the sword. You have to watch out for moving in a little bit too recklessly. Does get the dodge down, gets him with the D-Light Stare. Do you close it out? Does not decide to commit. You realize he was a little bit out of position to try and trust that recovery would beat him out every time there.
Sandstorm over on the edge, weapon advantage going the way of Java. D-Sig, imagine, D-Sig. Nope, he doesn't go for it. Sandstorm getting back to center stage. There is a weapon spawn. The neutral air going to send Java flying, attempting for the juggle opportunity. Neutralite again sending Sandstorm over to the left side. Java playing very carefully. He knows he's at the weapon disadvantage. He knows Sandstorm has a hammer in his hand and can take out Java's stock. That recovery was so close. A clutch dodge coming out from Sandstorm.
That was like a frame to two off from being a connection for Java. The fact that Sandstorm got through that is so important. And now both of them pretty much, especially at the sides, at stop stare range, this is where the tides change. Does Sandstorm get himself back in, gives up stage position, the weapon toss, putting himself in a bad spot, and that GC Neutralite takes the stock, Sparky.
Huge work from Java to continue that. Great weapon toss. Great way to gravity cancel Neutralite there. He doesn't have to time it quite as hard as a move with fewer active frames. He's out there kind of swinging his fists for a little bit. Had it, nailed it, got the KO off of it as well.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, and that is exactly what Java decided to do. Speaking of, he also took one straight to the face on the chin. We're on last stock apiece. Luckily for Sandstorm in that position, way less damage by comparison than before, because these leads have usually been very good for Java at the next stock.
We are so even on game two. Unfortunately for Sandstorm, he wasn't able to keep weapon advantage for too long. He is a little bit further behind. That recovery is going to send him even more behind against Java's sword.
Oh my God, Sparky, this is so close right now. Java going deep off stage, trying to catch him off the top with the nair, just missing out, but great time dodge once again from Sandstorm.
D-Light in-light. Oh, you see him corner chain dodge around that corner. Went for the D-Light in-light white option that you want to do as a Gauntlets player against a very fresh opponent.
Yeah, you see Java just kind of going deep down.
That's the game changer, baby. That's the possible dunk here. Java gets back. Sandstorm unable to convert that one.
Just missing out on that ground pound. It was so close, but Java took the correct route. Java still sticking here with the sword. Gets the chase dodge read in, but the Sair does put him back off stage once again.
I swear, once Java learns about Bodvar's sword downsig, his life is going to change. You saw him throw out the side, one of his more favorite signatures on this character, but Sandstorm throwing out, I believe, one of his favorite on at least this character is that downsig. He started off using it a lot, but towards the end, kind of stayed away from it a little bit. He was getting punished a lot with it, and look at those damage numbers, Ajax.
Completely even across the board per engagement. 35
per engagement
35
too.
Even 597. The accuracy 3 sigs out on the side of Sandstorm and only the 1 on Java. It should have been the D sig. That probably would have gotten them game like you were talking about before, but this is as close as you get. The skill gap between these two does not exist right now. This is once again another hot set alert that we have going on already. The winners semis have both looked like winners final sets.
We are truly blessed in this commentary block. Me and Ajax here on the desk. Incredible work so far from these players. If you were to take two players and say, okay, who are the two most closely matched players and you said one of them has to be Sandstorm, the other one I would have picked would not have been Java. No disrespect to Java, but I would not have picked Java, probably in my top 2, maybe even top 3. But man, he is showing himself today. Hardy MJ has been incredible today. Java has been incredible today. Snowy has been incredible today. What a day for Brawlhalla.
I love when PRs get shaken up. It is the best moment because it forces people to actually learn how to get better. That's your humble checks you have to cash, especially here at Winters. Does Java force that cash to be checked here and potentially sending Sandstorm to lowers? Who knows? We still have at minimum 2 more games to go because we are at 1 apiece.
And that's the really scary thing about North America, all regions in general, but also specifically North America, is like, let's say Java takes this set, beating Sandstorm, massive achievement, massive undertaking, and then it's like, oh, cool, oh no, I have another set that I have to play against another incredible player. Would we see a Java Snowy Winners Finals? That would be amazing.
These are all of our predictions would be thrown in the trash for one, because a lot of us are struggling with the fact that Boomy is already down there. If Sandstorm gets sent there, that guarantees no matter what, there will be at least one missing. But to have these 2 rising stars to be able to take that potential chance at the throne of Winners Championships and Winners Finals, taking out Boomy and potentially Sandstorm here, Java getting it done and getting the first stock already here, Sparky.
You called him Bodvar, you called him Java. You can completely interchange those and nothing is incorrect. Java, one of the longest running Bodvars out here. So much time on this character. Other players might change their characters in tournament. Java is rarely one of those people. He embodies so much of this character. He is a representation of the Bodvar Brawlhalla community.
Exactly. You're talking about characters who switch up all the time. It is Sandstorm, but Sandstorm really committed to the core today. Has not once decided to switch off to someone else. The Snowman core has been putting in work as he does so right now, almost getting the jump that he's looking for, but Java seeing through it, going a little bit higher.
He pulled out of it. That gave him some time, but he still got caught. No shot. He makes it back. Sandstorm is going to take that second stock. Yet again, proving how lethal he can be. We haven't seen too many like hammer-centric edge guards coming out from Sandstorm today.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is that Sandstorm has had a few times where he's actually gotten mixed going down there.
He's straight up been the one clipped several times.
Like yesterday, Akno was the one that said, don't you dare step off stage with me. There's a reason why I have held #1 for so long. But when it comes to Sandstorm, we're starting to see that wake up a bit here. Those are plays that the best will make, and Sandstorm is starting to make it work.
Unfortunately for Sandstorm, I guess he didn't feel comfortable with a dash D-Light. Maybe he didn't have the range for it. Maybe he just didn't feel like doing too much there. So he threw out the breakdance, that unarmed down heavy. Wasn't a huge punish, but he at least got something. He also got a boot to the face first, and then again following it up with that ground pound, giving Java the 2-hit true combo there to send Sandstorm off the bottom.
1 stock apiece here on game number 3. This matters so much because you need that comfort, that cushion, that ability to stay in the lead. But that might not happen here because Sandstorm has woken up tremendously. Sparky is looking like he's trying to put this up 2-1.
You see that D-Sig coming out. That was a finisher in a previous game. He's starting to use that as this game starts to wind down. Java very damaged in the red here. Sandstorm trying to reach out with the side signature. Didn't have quite the range. The down air, he's backing up. Hits the side air, bouncing off the stage. Java still high, has a lot of in-air movement options to get back, can take his time on this one.
And we've now seen 2 immediate side light recovery attempts from Sandstorm. Does he go for the chase read this time? Doesn't even need it because he's going to take the KO off the top. Sandstorm moves forward here 2-1. And once again, the damage numbers are not exactly even as last time, but so close.
They are almost dead even on this one. These 2 players so evenly matched. We're going to be going into another game. We could also see yet another game 5 between these 2. If I was a betting man, I would bet on the game 5 if it was 2-1 in favor of Java. I wouldn't quite bet as much money if it was a 2-1 in favor of Sandstorm like we find ourselves in right now.
I can agree with that because Sandstorm has been here before. He knows how to not crumble these positions. Yeah, it matters so much. But the people want the game 5.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The people,
I want the Game 5.
We all want the Game 5. Does not matter who you happen to click in those predictions and chat to try and get those points. You want to see this happen here because it has been nothing but incredible set so far. Like you said, the Game 5 set from Snowy earlier, not just against Boomy, but, excuse me, no, it was not Boomy. It's Cody Travis, but also against Luna earlier, and then amongst the other ones we've seen today, that why can't I remember anybody? People have been fought saying Hardy MJ.
There's too much good Brawlhalla
There's too many
going
good games going on, and this is exactly how when we start things off here on the Winter Championships. It's 2022. We just started off the year, and this is what we're already seeing, Sparky.
We're seeing incredible play from so many of these players, some of the new-ish players, at least to this super upper echelon of gameplay. We're also seeing a lot of the old heads as well, from Cody, from Sandstorm, from Boomy, all of this. We are truly blessed today with incredible Brawlhalla on the first 1v1 North American day of the year. We saw some great Brawlhalla this weekend. We saw incredible doubles play last weekend. This is just the beginning, which means 2022 year 7. It's lucky number 7, baby, because we're getting some of the best gameplay on day 1.
Such an incredible time to be a fan, and also you could tell from the pause that it took before we saw the character locked in, Java was probably sitting there with his hands on his head, just like, stay calm, relax, you can do this, you have done this before, don't get nervous, because these are the moments that make champions, and if you're not able to keep your cool, Sandstorm will get another shot at getting a championship in that big trophy case. We're getting game number 4 here, up 2-1 in the favor of Sandstorm.
And Java, he collected himself right out of the gate. Oh, but he gets hit. I don't know how many times I've ever actually seen that signature hit somebody.
I have been waiting to say keep rolling all day, but we hadn't seen it. But finally it comes through there. And I think we haven't seen many chances for Sandstorm to even go for Hammer 6 because usually he's getting pressured.
We did see it actually one other time, I believe, in this set, but it was a complete miss.
Yeah, the
you
side
can get
sig
caught in there, and it seems like Java is hardly shaken by anything whatsoever. The bounce off the stage, he continues going out with that. Sandstorm was so high, the ground pound didn't have enough time to get down to the ground in order to take out Java there. Neutral air, Java with a nice lead. We've seen some bigger leads from Java where he's in maybe the middle stages of orange, but he's still in a good spot. Stomp into the neutral air. Weapon might be in his favor. No, but he does back away, doesn't get hit by the side sig. You're talking about it.
That's almost the exact same position last time. He was behind the stock. He came out and he immediately went for side stick as kind of like a surprise tactic to catch him, but no surprises whatsoever when you get your toes crushed real quick. That stomp there is going to take out the stock on the side.
Is Java able to grab the weapon? Yes, it almost seemed like he meant to grab it and didn't quite moved away. I didn't know if Sandstorm was going to be able to get over to it in time, but he does grab the hammer, starting to take a little bit of damage. Now two pieces coming out. That means Mommy and Daddy are eating, at least on that one. Another 2-piece coming out. That is Sandstorm serving his parents first and then himself.
And one thing I'd like to see get served to Java very quick, Sparky. It's something we mentioned before. Is he needs to get back to the sword, which we see right now. It is really what's worked for him all set.
You see that down heavy coming out. He got a hit with it on a previous game. This time, not so lucky on that one. He wanted to switch out his weapon to at least steal it away from Sandstorm. Wasn't able to, still has the lead. The side air from the wrong side of the stage, but it didn't get the bounce off the stage. Sandstorm on the wall at the weapon advantage. Sword comes right to Java.
That's so important, but the Sair comes through, forcing him low. Do you get the ground pound? No, tries to go for the GC down, D-Light to get the KO, misses out. However, Sandstorm holding center stage very well. This matters so much. No KO off the top.
You know Sandstorm wanted that so bad. That hurt that it didn't KO. The neutral light on the right side didn't KO. Hit the D-Light into the side air at like max range. Gets the KO. Sandstorm with just a little bit of a lead.
This is the believers slowly falling out, but the Sair does come through to bring us right back into it. Last stock apiece. It is, however, advantage Sandstorm 2 games up. Do we see that what looks to be a potentially elusive game number 5 here? Java currently getting mixed.
Oh, Sandstorm. The dodge came out.
Woo!
That gave the sidelight recovery true for Sandstorm. The swag of the Sandstorm is coming out, ladies and gentlemen. He's playing really confidently. He has the damage lead. He didn't go in too quickly on that. Did disarm himself. Java at the weapon advantage. Sandstorm is right where that next weapon spawns.
It's so close right now, Sparky. Like slight advantage to Sandstorm. Another Sair might put him deep enough that even if it doesn't KO, he could get that edge guard he needs. But the switch up into the immediate sig. catching him on the jump. Where do you think you're running? Not away from me. That is going to be Sandstorm, preventing the upset, shutting down the the winners. Cinderella's story, we've seen him get to second, but you want to see him get that another run back to the top to prove that he can do it time and time again. But it's not the easiest thing to do, even against somebody who has struggled with winners in the past. But he's looking really good here today, sitting in winners finals.
Java wanted that Winderella story. Everybody at home